story isn't even mine originally. It happened to a senior salesman at the company I work for, a guy who had been there forever. Everyone knew him. He'd been in sales since the early 2000s. Back in 2001, he was working outside the dealership, visiting different areas, greeting people, handing out flyers. One day, a man in worn work clothes stopped him. He looked like someone who'd just stepped off a construction site or a farm. Nothing flashy, but not homeless either. The man asked about buying a one-ton truck. At first, my senior didn't think much of it. A lot of people ask questions with no intention of buying, but the guy listened carefully, asked smart questions, and said he farmed for a living. Farmers, especially back then, often had a lot of cash. The next day, the man showed up at the dealership early. He didn't want financing. He paid everything in cash. Thick stacks of bills, counted perfectly, no hesitation. Then came the first strange request. He said, "Don't register the truck yet. No license plates." When asked why, he explained calmly that winter was coming, his old truck might die any day, and he needed a backup immediately, but didn't want to pay taxes or registration until spring. It sounded reasonable, almost clever. He didn't have a phone either. Instead, he drew a hand-drawn map to his house and said, "Bring the truck to me. I live in the mountains. Plan to stay overnight." That alone should have been a red flag. When the truck was ready, my senior arranged delivery. The transporter dropped the truck at the last drivable road. Snow had already started falling. The rest was a narrow mountain path, so my senior drove the truck himself. The snow got worse fast. The road turned into a forest trail. Eventually, the truck started slipping, so he parked it and continued on foot. He walked for over 20 minutes. Just when he thought he'd gotten lost, he smelled burning wood. Then he saw it, a small isolated house, old, poorly built, no electricity, just candlelight and a fire burning inside. The man came out smiling, acting relieved. "You made it. Come in before you freeze." Inside was warm, too warm. A wood stove burned constantly. The walls were darkened with smoke. There was no phone signal, no power. They ate, drank tea. Then the man brought out alcohol, homemade liquor, jars and bottles everywhere. Snake wine, root wine, things soaked in alcohol that my senior had never seen before. One drink stood out, dark red. "This one's special," the man said. "Best for your body. Makes even the dead run." It tasted awful, metallic, rotten. That night, snow piled up outside, thigh-deep by morning. The man insisted my senior stay another day. Said it was too dangerous to leave. That's when things turned bad. The man took him behind the house to show him his livestock. Black goats. Without warning, he slaughtered one. Not quickly, not humanely. And the expression on his face, he was enjoying it. Not working, not surviving, enjoying. My senior felt it then. Real fear. Something primal. This wasn't a mountain hermit. This was a predator. That night, my senior slept fully dressed, shoes on, keys hidden. His instincts were screaming. Near midnight, he heard footsteps crunching in the snow, the same tools he'd used to kill the goat. He moved toward my senior's feet. At that moment, my senior exploded into motion, kicked, screamed, ran. They fought outside in the snow, barely escaped. My senior ran downhill blindly, tearing through snow, branches, darkness. He heard a truck engine start behind him. The man was chasing him. My senior made a desperate decision. He turned the truck sideways on the path, killed the engine, threw the keys away, and ran again. Hours later, half frozen, He reached a farmhouse and collapsed, begging for help. Police were called. Later, they investigated the mountain house. The man was already wanted for robbery and murder. Human remains were found near the goat pens. And the red alcohol? It was made with human body parts. Years later, a different dealership called my senior, the same ID, the same name, buying another truck. But it wasn't the same man. Police discovered the ID had been passed around among fugitives hiding in the mountains, taught how to survive, how to disappear. The man who tried to kill my senior, he was never caught and might still be out there, living in the mountains, waiting